Okay, let me scroll down. Namaste, namaste everyone. Very good. Namaste. Rashmi says there is still some confusion about actions following thoughts. So, what is the confusion about? Is it that you feel that actions follow thoughts? Or is it that you feel that how could it be that actions follow thoughts? Which way is the confusion tending? If you can just clarify that. Sometimes. Sometimes means sometimes it feels like actions are a result of our thoughts. Yes. And initially, this understanding is okay. Initially, this understanding or this type of knowledge is okay to believe that it is my actions which is my thoughts which are causing my actions. And hence, when we let go of our thoughts, then actions also happen on their own. So, initially, if this is the understanding, that is also okay. But as this understanding deepens, you will see that it was the flow that this was meant to be this way anyway. And it has always been just momentarily appearances will come. So, the appearance could be of a thought or the appearance could be of an action. But there is no actual interlinkage, because to have an interlinkage would mean that there is a separate independent entity called a person who took hold of that thought and put that into motion. But you will see that because this person never ever existed, it is consciousness itself which put the thought there and the action also there, and actually it is all consciousness who is doing everything. So, this is what is called the post hoc ergo propter hoc fallacy, which is Latin, which means that the fallacy is that just because something follows something else, it must be the result of what it follows. That is the fallacy. So, just because it seems like action follows thought, it must be the result of the thought. But you don't have to force this understanding. This insight will reveal itself. And with this insight actually revealing itself, you will see that the law of karma does not apply. It applies only to the concept of a person. It is not true in reality, because the law of karma rests on this principle that actions are a result of thought. But the good news is that the simple instruction to let go of your thought is viable irrespective of whether the law of karma exists or not. So, even if you believe completely in the law of karma, the way to cut off your karma and to be free from the cycle of birth and death is to be free from the belief in our thoughts. Be free from the concept of the mind. So, as doership, as you see that all of this is just an appearance, and the appearance of a thought and the appearance of an action, although different in terms of the content of it, is not really different. Just another appearance, but the witnessing is untouched by the content of the appearance of thought or of the action. Therefore, it does not matter what the quality of the appearance is. And then you will stop ascribing patterns to the flow. You will just see that momentarily it seems to appear this way. But don't try to understand it, like you said. If the mind is trying to understand something, keep it aside. This is prior to the mind. This is an insight which is not from the mind. And the mind cannot fathom this. Just know that all that is needed is to let go of your next thought, and all these insights will appear. So there will be an insight which says all of this is just an appearance, which is coming in the moment and going away. And then ultimately there will be an insight that none of this has actually ever happened. Ultimately, you will also have this insight that none of this has actually ever happened. That is why it is the great divine Maya or Leela. But it is no point talking about this all this too much because it might, if the mind tries to get a grasp of it, it might lead to further confusion actually. So let the insights come on their own. You just be free from the noise of the mind. Free yourself from the constant chatter of the mind. And the way to free yourself is simple. Just keep letting go of your next thought.